What's good, y'all, man? Today, gonna be covering a sensitive, kind of weird topic, and that's gonna be: is power scaling too toxic in the anime community, or better yet, does it really have a place in the anime community? So, whether you're on one side or the other, some people are against power scaling, some people are with power scaling, and some people think it's toxic, some people think it's not toxic. It's constantly debated or not whether or not you know the power scaling community ruined certain animes for other parties. So for me, this is gonna be me giving my opinion on my whole take on power scaling. So me personally, I've referenced it in a couple of videos. I'm not a big power scaler. I don't factor it really into my like when I enjoy a series, when I'm watching a series. I don't really power scale. I don't really look at it. Now I do obviously like pay attention to like logical stuff like X character got beat by this character. You know, why does he lose to C character? You know, because C character was weaker than A character. You get what I'm saying? So there's a little bit of that, but I don't. I've delved into the nitty gritty power scaling community, and I've just stayed on the opposite side of it as well. So I've learned a little bit of how they operate and their thought process about it, and I will say that power scaling definitely has its place in the community because the one of the good things that people forget about the power scaling community is just the and when I'm referencing the power scaling community, I'm talking about people that actually do their research. I'm not talking about the idiots. I'm saying like, oh, but can he beat Goku, or oh, Saitama one punches, stuff like that. I'm not talking about people like that. People like that are just they're trolls, they're memes, they're ignorant, they're stupid, whatever. I'm talking about people that actually, bring up like arguments as to why this is that, this is that, this is this, and the people that do calcs, they're like in a different fucking another world. I'm not worrying about those people. I mean, obviously those are great too, but that's too much for me to be thinking about all this calcs and stuff like that. But they do their research. They know more. They learn about the series, and I think a lot of people forget that is like power scalers, like legit people that take that shit serious. They study the series a lot more in depth than maybe the average viewer will. So I believe that is good. And sometimes power scalers can teach the casual people something new about the series that they otherwise wouldn't have actually known. There's constant videos like, Swag Kage, the guy that I won't reference. That's because of all his drama and whatnot. But those were big Naruto power scalers, and they power scale other stuff as well. But like when you listen to their videos, you might like realize, oh, I didn't know this character could do this because I didn't know he did it this one time in this one chapter referenced here, or I didn't know that there was a light novel that told this story the way it happened. That way, this character can perform these feats. I know me personally, I've been put on to data books for Naruto because early on I didn't like I followed Naruto since the jump, but I didn't like dive into it, so I didn't always know that there was data books until right before Shippuden was ending. I didn't learn until there was data books. So, and even now I haven't went and read every single data book like from front to back. I've just skimmed through it, looked at certain things when I'm like having like a little mini debate about something. So that is where I think it's really good for the power scaling community. Now to look on the other edge of it is like how toxic it can get, and this is just it's kind of like everything in life. Simple stuff can get super toxic. It all depends on the people that you're talking to. Who are you debating with? Who is your audience? If your audience is not willing to be, coherent and listen to what your actual argument is or what your statement is, then obviously it's going to probably get a little bit more toxic than you would actually hope it would not get. However, if you have a party that's going to listen, they're going to think and analyze what you're saying and either come to a realization that, hey, this is good information, or B, come with a retort with their own thought out analysis and response to it. So I think it's kind of hard it's not fair to label a power scaling community as toxic, because at the end of the day, we can all get toxic about anything in life. I mean, I've had toxic debates about simpler shit than fucking anime. Hell, sports is like the biggest thing. Sports is the biggest thing for a lot of people. Like, they get toxic so much about sports. There's people that literally get paid, sports media people like Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith. They're on TV. They're getting paid, six figures to millions of dollars to just debate. And sometimes those debates do get toxic. So I think it's not fair to condemn an entire community because they like expressing themselves, they like, they're doing the research and proving this, that, and the third. It's just like, I feel like they get a bad rep sometimes. And again, this is preferencing the people that actually do real thought out stuff. I'm not talking about the people that just sit here and say, can he beat Goku? Can he beat Saitama? I'm not talking about people like that. So I want to make sure that's clear. So all in all, I like the power scaling community. I don't want to get too much into power scaling myself, because sometimes that shit's like a slippery rabbit hole. And sometimes you're like, power scaling wise, this makes sense, but narratively this doesn't make sense. And like the story doesn't actually tell you that or show you, and it's hard for you to believe story wise. Like, the main culprit is Boruto. So main culprit in Boruto is, if you power scale correctly, and if you're thinking about and doing everything correctly, pretty much the Boruto main cast right now, where they are in the manga, is literally dog walking everybody at the end of Shippuden, including Naruto and Sasuke. But it's just like, when you hear that as a casual fan, you get triggered because you're like, nah, he ain't beat Naruto, he ain't beat Sasuke, he ain't beat Madara, Kaguya, stuff like that. And it's just like, you're gonna either have those people that are gonna be like, well, how is this, like, how is that true? And then you're gonna have the people just ignorant, fuming, mad, and they're calling you names, talking about it, this, that, and third. So it just boils down to who your audience is. Just like everything in life. You can have a toxic conversation about is the sky blue, if you really want to think about it. Is the sky blue? Is there a cloud in the sky? What's this cloud look like? There's dumb conversations that can turn toxic. The only thing is the anime community labels power scaling sometimes as too toxic, or they ruin it for fan bases, which, me personally, I don't feel that way. Obviously, this video is not the end all be all. I'm just literally just a guy on the internet, voicing my opinion on the subject from the matter of seeing it from both perspectives, seeing it as they trying to power scale and seeing it as not trying to power scale. So I just wanted to get my opinion on it out there. And if you guys have any difference in opinions and you think why, put that in the comments and let me know what you think. Obviously, it's just like this. Like, if I ask for your feedback on something and you tell me, blah, 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 if you write out like a serious, hey, you need to improve on this, you need to talk about this, or what did you consider this or that, I'm going to take that more, constructively than somebody just saying, oh, you're fucking wrong, you're stupid, you're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. Being aggressive, calling names, and not really having real actual responses. So this was just a quick little video. I just want to talk about the toxic or non-toxic power scaling, because obviously, especially for One Piece, we're getting into the the final act, so you're starting to see a lot more power scaling, a lot more oh, well, if he was able to beat this person, then why couldn't he beat this person? Or if he could tank this attack, why couldn't he tank that attack? So we're gonna see a lot more from One Piece and other series that I'm eventually going to start going over more, but we're going to see a lot more of the power scaling pop up more. And I just don't want people that power scale to be looked upon badly or whatnot. So, like always, If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe, hit that like button, and catch you later. Peace.